Hello everyone and welcome to what I can only assume is everyone's favorite series on YouTube, Seamus Watches Films. Now, I've done 3 of these before. First I watched the Toy Story movies, and I don't know if that really counts as part of this series, but I'm going to count it just for the purposes of this. And I did the Harry Potter movies, and then I made a feature-length movie of me watching Marvel movies, and it got 200,000 views. How? So long story short, today I'm going to be watching the Star Wars movies, my final of my favorite franchises, I guess. And you've probably already seen a tier list video that I just released, but I haven't actually filmed that yet. I'm watching these movies to prepare for the tier list, but I'm gonna guess, unless my mind manages to change after watching the movies, that the bottom film on the tier list was Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, which I'm gonna start with today. And I know I'd never advise anyone to watch the Star Wars movies in chronological order, always in release order, but do as I say, not as I do. It makes more sense to do it this way. And I know what you're thinking. Seamus, how are you watching the Star Wars movies? I live in North Korea and Disney Plus isn't available here, so I have no way of watching the Star Wars movies. Well, you're in luck, because today's video is sponsored by Surfshark, who are here to guarantee your instant online safety on an unlimited number of devices by encrypting your personal information and sending you alerts anytime your email address or password is compromised using their hacklock system. And, while I doubt anyone watching is actually from North Korea, because, well, I don't know if I should actually give my take on the political climate of North Korea during a Surfshark ad. I've done a lot of these, but not sure we're quite there yet. If you've been paying attention, you'll already know my favorite feature of Surfshark is the ability to change your location while surfing the internet. Meaning, if you are living in another country that doesn't have Disney Plus, you can change your location to a country that does have it, and boom! You've got access! Or, you could be living in a country that does have it, say America, and be completely oblivious to the fact that if you changed your location to the UK, you'd have loads more content like The Walking Dead, American Horror Stories, New Girl, all on Disney Plus through the click of a button. And it also works with Netflix, Amazon, you name it. So if this sounds of any interest to you, make sure to use my code Gorman for 83% off, plus an extra 3 months for free. So there's literally no risk. Link in the description down below. It would help out the channel a lot. And with that, this is a proper prequel, introducing Obi-Wan Kenobi, a character from the original series, name-dropping Yoda, another character from the original series, in the opening minute. I see what you're doing.
Roger, roger.
Literally, the one thing I remember about this film as a kid. Oh my god, we're not even 10 minutes in, and there's already been way too much politics. Get politics out of Star Wars! So, I get they want the characters to look alien and stuff, but this Gungan guy, I've always hated his face and the way he speaks. Maybe they want me to hate him, or maybe that's the point, but I don't know, it's just annoying. I love Star Wars planets. It's literally just pick one terrain we have on Earth, and that's all you need to do. Water planets, sand planets, snow planets, a Windows XP looking planet, and a couple cities, and that's it. That's the entire planet. Say what you want, but George Lucas's world building is really good. They're going to Tatooine, which is run by the Hutts, and that's exactly the case. When we meet Luke and Han on Tatooine, and Jabba the Hutt's also there. It seems simple, but it is effective. Don't you just love it when a prequel introduces one of the most intimidating and evil characters in all of fiction as a 10-year-old boy? So many of the aliens that have been animated for this film, it hasn't aged that well.
No one can kill a Jedi.
Yeah, not sure about that one, Anakin. I forgot this movie literally becomes, we need a set amount of money, let's enter a competition and win the prize money, which is the exact amount of money that we need. Oh my god. Genuine question, is Jar Jar meant to be funny? Because I don't see it. Oh, they just mentioned the midichlorians. What a film. But they've dedicated a good portion of the story to freeing Anakin and building up to this pod race and everything, and they just haven't established the characters he's racing against at all, making it not that interesting. It's him and this one other guy whose legs and hands seem to be reversed is the only other character, but Anakin's gonna win, so it isn't very well set up. I don't feel anything watching Anakin say goodbye to his mother. What should be an emotional moment, nothing. Darth Maul is here, boys! Oh! The lightsaber fights in this film, and just the prequels in general, are solid. I will give credit, the Senate room, Parliament place does look cool, but oh my god. I don't need to listen to this much talk about trade federations and regulations in a Star Wars film. Darth Maul is amazing. This entire lightsaber fight, the music, like by far the best thing to come out of this movie. I honestly, the music is making me nostalgic more than the actual fight. Yeah, this entire fight scene with Jar Jar Binks accidentally having everything go his way is very frustrating to watch. Qui-Gon just died. I feel nothing, and he was the main character in this movie. What I will give credit for Qui-Gon's death doing is it establishes on the one hand that Darth Maul is a powerful villain, then they kill him off a minute later, but then that establishes that Obi-Wan is technically a very powerful Jedi and therefore deserves the rank of Knight Master. I'm not really sure what he was going for, but the film should be about Obi-Wan if they were going to kill off his master and make it about him being powerful. Like, I just don't get that.
Now this is pod racing.
But no, it isn't. What was the thinking behind that line? Okay, so are we not meant to know that Palpatine is Darth Sidious? Because, like, they pan on him as they say like, it just seems a bit obvious. Okay, so I'm just starting episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and I'm going really slowly because it's almost already dark, so I brought my studio light down. That's the only update I have for you now. Genuinely, every time I watch this film, I think, I don't remember this when I'm at the start, and it's gotten to such a point that I remember not remembering it. But I still don't remember this. Like, what's going on? Who are these people? They literally bring Count Dooku in out of nowhere. Like, he's just expositioned into this story. Oh god, the way Anakin does it, it's just gross. So I like this movie significantly more just on the principle that I think like Jedis being like space cops is a very interesting premise that I just want to see movies about. You know, that it's a shame that they didn't focus on the space cops thing and made this a romance movie about Padme and Anakin, who were literally like 8 years apart in the last movie. Oh my god, I forgot about this. This is the like cantina from the Lego games. Okay guys, it's coming up. One of the most poetic lines in all of Star Wars.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
What does that mean?
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.
Honestly, these movies are just becoming memes for me at this stage. The way Anakin uses the Force to take a pear off Padme's plate is like something out of like Matilda. The lines being said just feel so clearly like they've been read off a script. Like, and I don't know if it's the acting, but I think it might be the writing. Like, the lines are just so unnatural that it just, no one could say them and make it sound good. I don't know, just, it isn't the best. I feel so sorry for Uncle Lars and Aunt Beru. They meet this guy like one time for 10 minutes and they get stuck with his child. Alright, so this scene with Anakin and his mum in this film, where oh my god, that was the worst death I've ever seen in my life. I was just gonna say it was making me feel something, and then she dropped, it's so bad! I will even learn to stop people from dying. It's all Obi-Wan's fault. Like, why are they trying to write this into the plot when it just, like, it doesn't really make sense for him to be saying this yet? I don't get it. Oh yeah, I forgot R2-D2 can fly now. Where did that come from? Vegard is calling me as if I'm not watching the Star Wars. Hi Vega, do you want to say hi to my video that I'm filming for watching the Star Wars movies? Okay, I don't know how to describe this, but like, the characters kind of look weird, the sets look weird, there are loads of like weird aliens and monsters in this. They should have stayed in Coruscant. It was at its best when it was in Coruscant. Now we're watching monsters try to kill Jedi for sport. Is this what they do in Star Wars? I don't know, it's the only movie where they do stuff like this. Attack of the Clones really just said, we know what you like, lightsabers. We're gonna give you all the lightsabers. Oh, I always forget that Count Dooku can do Force lightning. Again, this film keeps catching me off guard. I've forgotten it. You know, I get that Count Dooku kind of had to return in Revenge of the Sith, so Anakin had someone to replace when he became Darth Vader as Palpatine's apprentice, but it's so frustrating that Yoda does not win a single duel or a single fight in the entire Star Wars series. I don't know if I've watched too many of the Star Wars animated shows, but the clones genuinely look animated in this. Am I crazy? Or are there real people in these suits when they film? Because it doesn't look real. Got some lovely pasta bacon. It's time for Revenge of the Sith, if it wants to focus on it. It doesn't, so I'm just going to play it anyway.
Chancellor Palpatine, Sith Lords are our speciality.
Obi-Wan has killed one Sith Lord to this point, and he didn't even die. Like, I don't think that's true, to be honest. This movie is just full-on memes. I don't even know how to put it. It's just non-stop memes. It's like they made a meme movie. Why don't they just grant Anakin the rank of master? Like, I don't get it. Like, it just feels petty. There's no good reason for doing it either. Like, all that could have been avoided if they had just given him the rank of master. Okay, it's coming. The big thing. He's gonna say it.
Over here, the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
He said the thing. You know, the thing I'm always wondering during this is, what are they watching? Like, he seemed to walk into some huge opera hall, but like, I have no idea what they're watching. Is this entertainment in the Star Wars universe? Because, like, I don't get it.
Hello there.
How did we make this the most quotable Star Wars film with just like the most generic like sayings like hello there? Why when I hear that phrase I think Star Wars now? Okay, my biggest question anytime I watch Star Wars is, why do they even need lightsabers? I know they look cool and everything and it makes for cool fight scenes, but I wouldn't even let anyone get that close to me. If I had the Force, I'd just be pushing people away. The Force is way more powerful than lightsabers. Like, why do they need lightsabers? If Mace Windu could put his ego aside and understand that Anakin is actually a powerful Jedi that is willing to help, everything could have been resolved. He is the villain. I literally do not get this. He said he doesn't like lightsabers. He doesn't use Jedi weapons in Return of the Jedi. And he just, like, pulls one out. And he kills 2 Jedi. They've trained their whole life to be Jedi Masters or Jedi Knights, whatever they are. They get killed in seconds! With that said, though, this is one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars. I do love the symmetry between this scene and the scene with Count Dooku earlier, where Anakin basically learns that the Jedi are corrupt and everything they've taught him about principles is essentially a lie.
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
And you know, I'm still shocked to this day that they never brought Mace Windu back. Like, how has that not happened yet? Like, we never see his dead body. In a franchise like this, that means he's alive, right? So Anakin has just been pronounced Darth Vader, and in the next 15 minutes, he manages to turn from this to one of the most evil and intimidating villains in cinematic history. Part of me wants to say it was a little bit rushed. You know, the execution of Order 66 is so good. It's insane. Yoda felt that. So Anakin just murdered a bunch of kids. So how does Order 66 know that Anakin isn't to be killed, but doesn't know Ahsoka is to be killed? Because Ahsoka isn't part of the Jedi Order. Like, how does he know? Wow, Yoda knows Chewbacca. I hope that gets mentioned again later on in the franchise. Oh, wait. What do you mean you don't know him anymore, Padme? He was dominating, like, the idea of a dictatorship in the last film. That said, though, this entire scene and just fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan is just so good. They are literally having a lightsaber fight on a lava planet. Don't try it, Anakin. I've seen this film before and I didn't like the ending. Yeah, your legs got chopped off. That's awkward. Join them. I love how Obi-Wan chops off Anakin's legs, leaves him burning to his death, and then picks up his lightsaber and gives it to his son later. Like, yeah, your father wanted you to have this. No, he didn't. Also, this film ends as the prequel to end all prequels, where it just like has to get everything into place for the next film in the series. We need to have Anakin in the Vader suit, get Luke and Leia born, Padme die, Luke and Leia split up, never know about each other, and also, why don't we tease the Death Star in there? And with that, we're on to Solo, which is the Star Wars film I'm least well versed on. I think I've only seen it once, to be honest, when it came out to cinemas. This film's already a throwback. Remember 2018 when everyone loved Game of Thrones, Emilia Clarke was a national treasure and it hadn't lost all cultural significance yet? Same! Immediately, I'm so glad how much less CGI is being used in this film compared to the other 3. Like, it looks so much better.
Solo.
Yeah, I don't like the fact his name has come up by like a random Empire guard, which he signs up to join the Navy for. Like, nah, I'm not having that. So how did Chewbacca go from being friends with Yoda in the last film to being a beast that Han gets fed to within like a couple? I guess the war was hard, but I didn't think it would be that hard on him. You're gonna need a nickname because I'm saying that every time. Oh god. I love this like pilot monkey creature. Like, he just makes those obscure references that don't make sense. It's funny to me for some reason. Wait, they just killed him off? I didn't even get my camera out in time. Like, usually I know what's gonna happen, so I get my camera out to like react to something like but they just killed the monkey guy, the Rio off? What? And they just killed Val? I don't even know who these characters are, but you can't do that. Honestly though, Han Solo running into Kira after chasing her down all these years to find out that she's with some rich guy is... Ow! I just hurt my hand trying to do a zoom. That really hurt. I forgot about this activist droid. Okay, I'm only like halfway through the film, and I don't remember it as well as I thought I would, but do Kira and Han knowing each other before they meet later on in the film actually add anything to the story? Because I don't actually think it does. Oh no, the activist droid. I quite liked her, she's funny. How did they make Han doing the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs so underwhelming? I thought it was a big thing, but it was just something that like just kind of happened, and he was the only one who was impressed by it. I don't know, it was a bit underwhelming. I mean, I've heard of a double cross before, but that was like an infinituple cross. Like, everyone just crossed everyone. You know, if there's one thing to take from this film, you can't trust anyone. I don't even know who to trust in the film. Darth Maul is back! I mean, he's back in the movies. I've seen the Clone Wars and Rebels when he actually dies, so I guess he won't be back for too long. But are they ever going to make a sequel to this movie? Because they're definitely teasing one here. Was there just not enough fandom on it? This film flopped, didn't it? So, yeah, maybe there's never going to be a sequel to this. Anyway, that's besides the point. It's time for Rogue One, which I've just started because it's nearly 2 in the morning and I want to get this done relatively quickly. You do have to question what the point of the Stormtrooper's armor is. When a guy can get shot in the shoulder, no issue, gets back up, he's fine. But a Stormtrooper gets shot with their full armor on, and they're dead. And you know, that isn't the only time this happens in the film right at the start. It's happened a few times, I recall. The trailer to this movie definitely came out during the era where I was in my biggest Star Wars fanboy phase, because like, I recognize every line from the trailers. Rebellions are built on hope. May the Force be with us. I remember when I first watched this film, I was really impressed by the Tarkin fake face CGI, but watching it back, no, I'm not nearly as impressed, to be honest with you.
Did you know that wasn't me?
I was crying. I swear these movies are so much more funny than the main series one. I really like the blind Force user. Like, I don't know, he's just really cool. They're doing some Death Star test runs because that's a thing they did, apparently. They didn't mention that in A New Hope, but I guess they didn't have to because that's why they made this film. Oh, we get to see Darth Vader's, like, palace castle in Mustafar. That's what I want to see. Darth Vader's hardly even in this film, and he somehow still manages to carry it.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations, Director.
Dad jokes Vader. Best Vader. General Alderon's gonna ask Obi-Wan. So yeah, everyone knows this already, but the final act for this movie is fantastic. Like, I've been neither here nor there up until this point, but I am hooked. Honestly, K2SO's death might be the saddest death in Star Wars. Why do they always feel the need to kill off the droid? He is one with the Force and the Force is with him. Okay, but you didn't need to kill every single character. It's just... No, you ain't doing it. It's Vader! It's freaking Vader! Oh, he's just gonna destroy them! Oh my god. This is like the best Vader scene we get, right? Like, are we agreeing on this? Because I know, like, Vader's introduced in all the other films and stuff, but this might be my favorite scene in all of Star Wars, though. Like, it's so good. Like, the other films do a great job at, like, making Darth Vader this intimidating villain, but this demonstrates his power, and it's just... Leia. I remember she just died as well, like, when this film came out. Anyway, it's nearly 4 in the morning, so I'm not going to watch any more tonight. I'm not going to do this in one day, so I will catch you tomorrow where I'll watch the final 6 films. Hi, everyone. It's officially day 2, and the final day, hopefully, unless everything goes completely wrong. And since I'm planning on watching a whole extra film today, I'm probably going to end up staying up even later. I don't know why I was expecting roaring applause there, but yeah, A New Hope. I've just didn't read the text credit thing, so that's a crime. I'm the worst. Like, I understand if you hate me. Does anyone else notice that Darth Vader breathes in the same way as Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story does, or is that just me? Like, can't believe they ripped Toy Story off like that. There's no life forms. I bet he was regretting that later.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Do you think he ever went to Toshi Station to pick up the power converters? I don't think he did. I love that Luke is literally playing with a toy spaceship. I would die for this man.
Haven't gone by the name of Obi-Wan since all before you were born.
Except they're making an Obi-Wan TV show. So, is he still going by Obi-Wan? You don't seem to remember owning a droid? This droid saved your life on multiple occasions, Ben! I love how they name drop the Clone Wars in the first Star Wars movie, within like the first half hour, and then they made a TV show about it like 50 years late, 40, 30, I don't know how many years it was later. Oh, Vader is so amazing. I love this guy.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Well, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru are dead. Now, it's quite gruesome, the skeletons they show, you know? It's a PG film, isn't it? Every beat in this film just seems to be executed to perfection. Action sequences, though, didn't look nearly as smooth or as good back in the 70s. I'll say that, like, what even happened? He pulled out a lightsaber and then someone's arm was on the floor. This scene of them using the Death Star to destroy Alderaan is so good. I think Alderaan's intentionally made to look kind of like Earth a little bit, and since Leia's from there, oh, it's just... Bro, they just destroyed a planet! I love how essentially one film ago these two were fighting on like a lava planet doing backflips and stuff, and now they're just two old men swinging laser sticks at each other. Have you guys seen like the reimagined version of this lightsaber duel on YouTube somewhere where they would show what it would look like now? Because it is awesome. It's an amazing video. This scene is so funny to me. Like, Leia has just lost her home planet, probably everyone she's ever known and loved. And Luke has just lost this old wizard mentor that he probably met a few times. And she's consoling him. Yes, let go. Use the Force. Go on. The Force is strong with him. He's your son, you idiot. Yahoo! He came back. Oh, well, he made the shot. I was looking down the camera lens, but I think he made the shot. Right? Yeah, he did. It's gonna explode. Oh, Darth Vader's gone flying. Bam, 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 bam. They should have given Chewbacca a medal, though. I don't forgive them for that. With that all covered, it is now time for the Empire Strikes Back. Literally, just from this opening scene with the rebellion base on Hoth, Luke being captured by that snow monster and having to use the Force. This is the perfect film. Yeah, they still can't really do action scenes to just swing a lightsaber and then a body part falls on the floor. You know what it is for me? Han Solo was considering leaving the rebellion 2 times, and both of them he stayed just to save Luke. This film is just so iconic. Like, I feel like even the conversations feel so natural. Like, they feel like real people rather than just actors playing characters. And Leia's just kissed her brother. Okay? Yep. This film is just so creative. Like, everything they came up with for it just seems to be an absolute stroke of genius, and I'm still blown away.
I've isolated the reverse power flux coupling.
I forget C-3PO is so great. This is the first introduction to the Emperor, isn't it?
Boy is the offspring of Anakin.
God, Darth Vader's just found out Anakin had offspring.
How is that possible?
Search your feelings, Lord Vader. You will know it to be
He
true.
must be fuming right now. Like, Palpatine has lied to him. He's got a son. Yoda training Luke is just one of the best things. I don't even have anything else to say. This is just... Guys, I can't describe it more. I love this film. I still stand by what I said yesterday. I don't think Jedi need lightsabers, because they can just use the Force. So why do you need a weapon that requires up-close combat? But hey, it's pretty cool. Luke chopped off Vader's head, and you know what he sees? You know what he sees? He sees his own face under the mask. For the life of me, I can't work out how Boba Fett became such a fan favorite character after this. Like, he didn't do anything in this film. That boy is our last hope. No, there is another. I love that they just throw that into this film. No context. Don't explain it until the next film. And it doesn't even really come into play because Leia doesn't really become a Jedi in the next. So like, what gives? Okay, so they're just about to go through that door. Do you know who's on the other side? Vader! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I love this. Oh, it's Han Solo's first interaction with Vader. He shoots him, he takes his gun up. Okay, so beyond that being one of the best scenes in Star Wars, and I feel like my heart's been ripped out of my chest right now, his hands were handcuffed, right, when he got frozen. So how has he been frozen with his hands up in the air like oh my god! Even the layout of it, just like, it's so picturesque. So I'm assuming Vader doesn't actually know that Yoda is still alive, because he's always talking about Obi-Wan, never mentioning Yoda. He probably doesn't know Luke ever went to Yoda to learn anything. Like, but he thinks Obi-Wan's dead, so where does he think he's learning this stuff from? Well, Luke's arm's been chopped off. You know what's coming! You know what's coming! The power of the dark side.
No. I am your father.
Oh my god. You know what? No matter how many times I see it, it's never gonna get old. It's just... Words. It's impossible. I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but if Vader was under Vader's command, Vader would have force-choked Vader to death by now, so... Yeah, Vader's still having a great couple films. That is just one of the best scenes in any movie ever, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Amazing. Yeah. Wow. Wow. And there you have it. That is one of the greatest movies of all time. It's ROTJ time. Okay, I didn't sync it that well for that one. There we go, but yeah, no. So remember how Luke Skywalker says in a blink and you miss it line in A New Hope that he will never return to Tatooine again? That was a lie. The new Death Star looks like it's being built, but in actuality, it's done. It just doesn't look finished, and that's their trick. It's clever. I like that. So this movie's definitely more alien-focused than the other ones. I mean, like, you've got this whole performance from these aliens for Jabba, and I'm like, it's a bit weird. Leia, you could have caught him. You didn't need to just let him fall on the ground. I'm not someone who usually takes that much notice into, like, the wardrobes and stuff when it comes to films, but Luke wearing black, game changer. You can just tell, like, his character's leveled up since the last film, and I don't know, it's very effective. Force kick! Oh, Boba Fett just died. Well, not really. He comes back. I always forget that Leia kills Jabba the Hutt. Like, it doesn't feel like a proper death scene because it's so anticlimactic in a way. Like, she strangles him, and then he just goes, oh, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So, Yoda's just died. I'm a bit upset, but it's just annoying that he died at the minute he was telling him important information about how he has a sister who's also Force sensitive. Like, why pick that moment? So, I get you want to, like, make the plot a bit more, like, so he's got to find something to do. It's a bit convoluted, but just, why then? Yeah.
So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
Oh, Obi-Wan, that is just like, nah, you lied to him, bro. Just own it.
I took it upon myself to train him as a Jedi.
No, you did. Qui-Gon. Yeah, so these little speeder things that they're riding around on Endor have not survived the test of time in the slightest. I mean, it seems good, just not the speed. They don't look great. Okay, I don't want to be too critical, but there are moments where this movie is a little bit corny, you know? Like, it feels like something taken out of, like, a cheesy TV show or something. Like them being captured by really obvious bait, and then these teddy bear looking native creatures making a gold metal man their king. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Do you remember your mother? Your real mother?
Just a little bit. She died very young.
What do you remember?
I'm not sure about that one. Again, I recall she died in childbirth, so... Like, the Emperor just looks at you. You gotta make yourself a bit more approachable if you want to recruit people, man. It's a trap! My favorite line. Oh my word. Guys, I don't want to completely shock you, but Leia just got shot by a stormtrooper. Like, I haven't been counting, but I'm pretty sure that's the only time they have a successful shot in the original trilogy. Oh god, Luke's literally destroying him. Oh, well. And Vader's hand's been chopped off. Again.
Take your father's place at my side.
Why does he think Luke would do that? Has he not listened to one thing he's said since he got there? Like, Luke's got no interest being your apprentice. Wow, Luke is getting absolutely obliterated by that Force lightning there. If only he had someone who knew how to deflect it, who had been teaching him this entire time, that could have told him how to stop it. And Palpatine is dead. Kind of. Temporarily? No, fully. But then he comes back as a clone later, so count that. Vader face reveal. I've been waiting for this one. It's gonna get a lot of views, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's pretty underwhelming, actually. I don't know who that is, to be honest. It's just a random bald white guy. To be honest, I'm still not understanding why Anakin's Force Ghost was young when Obi-Wan and Yoda are both old Force Ghosts. Like, just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense! Anyway, we're gonna watch The Force Awakens. I'm very excited. I love The Force Awakens. Literally, the opening scene with that shot of the stormtroopers in the spaceship is just insane. Like, you know what you're in for, and honestly, I love this movie. Also, just thematically, that, like, red mark on Finn's helmet is so effective to pinpoint why he's different. He doesn't want to kill, and yeah, man. Every time I see that Kylo Ren stopping the like blaster blast with the Force, my jaw wants to drop. That is one of the best moments in Star Wars. I don't care. Did they really have to invent this new deserty planet called Jakku that Rey was living on? Like, couldn't they have just thrown her on Tatooine and called it a day? Like, I wouldn't have complained. I think we'd have all just... That's exactly what they're trying to do here. This is just Tatooine 2.0, right? Oh my... Kylo Ren retrieving the information off Poe as well. He was on a level with Vader in terms of intimidating until you find out he's Leia and Han's child. And then he takes off his helmet, like, oh, we're dealing with an emo teenager. Like, how did it go down so south? I absolutely love Finn and Poe. You know, I feel like then, like, getting shot at and stuff is way more realistic in this one. Like, yeah, if someone blasts a laser into the ground, you're gonna go flying. In the other films, they get hit on the shoulder and they're like, oh, rub that off.
Chewie, we're home.
Oh, I still remember seeing that in the trailer. It was insane.
And I will finish what you started.
Does Ben not understand that Darth Vader turned back to light, or... Oh my god. The Knights of Ren! The most underused characters in the entire sequel trilogy. Whatever happened to them? Wow, 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 wow. I love that flashback scene and that. Oh, that's such a good moment, man. You know, it's kind of crazy how invested they got us in Alderaan without ever going there. And then they destroy like 7 planets in this film. And I don't feel anything. Finn is so clearly implied to be Force sensitive in this movie, and the fact they never went through that storyline is infuriating. You know, at that moment where they show how good a pilot Poe is magnificently executed. Like, usually I can't tell what's going on with all the spaceships in the skies, but that was good. Oh, Han and Leia reuniting.
Goodness! We'll use the Force.
Watching that moment where he walks out onto that bridge for the first time, like, you think you know he's going to die, but you're kind of hoping that Ben finds the good in him and doesn't do it, and then... Oh. I remember when this film came out, everyone just like loved Star Wars and we were all together about it. There was no division. It was just pure joy. But oh god, it's a bit embarrassing for you, Ben. You're just getting absolutely oosted by someone who's never even held a lightsaber before. Well, that's an awfully convenient way to end a fight. For anyone counting, that's 3 Death Stars destroyed now, and they managed to majestically ride away in the Millennium Falcon every time. Like, wow, what a film, man. Rey reaching out to give the lightsaber to Luke. I really hope he appreciates that. Well, it's time for The Last Jedi.
About his mother.
I've got to say, Rey has received quite the welcome from Luke. Oh, they should have shown his reaction to Han's death. That was a big missed opportunity. I love the concept of having, like, tactics and maneuvers for space warfare. Like, there are some people who be really knowledgeable about this as well for writing movies like this, and it's just like... You can't kill Leia, who do you think you are? She's Mary Poppins, y'all! For the life of me, to this day, I still can't work out why Maz Kanata wasn't just the code breaker they used in this film. They write her out the story by saying she's got some other things she's preoccupied with, and then she sends them on a wild goose chase to find some other code breaker who's gonna help them, and then he ends up betraying them, like... So my thing is that I think that vision from The Force Awakens where Rey sees stuff to do with Kylo, I feel like Kylo probably saw the same visions to do with Rey, and that's why he wanted to know
What girls?
And I really wanted to see Kylo's versions of those visions, but we never show them. But at least we get these connecting visions, like they're connected in some way through the Force. I don't know how to describe it, but this casino scene just feels like something ripped straight out of the prequels. Like, it doesn't feel like it fits with the film at all. Like, I think this film's great. I love the broom boy bit at the end that's obviously built up by this scene, and the lessons Finn learns throughout the film about how there's no real good or bad, but the rest of this just kind of middle bit feels kind of unnecessary in this casino. Like, I don't know, just a bit of waste of time.
At the height of their powers, they allowed Darth Sidious to rise, create the Empire, and wipe them out.
That's literally, like, the only reference to the prequels throughout the entire sequel trilogy. I don't get why they disregard it so much. Like, they need to make it feel like more of a complete universe. That's what frustrates me more than anything about the sequels. So Luke's a liar, too, if we're adding him to the list of Obi-Wan of just people who needlessly lie in these films. His chest is so unnaturally big, I can't work it out. Yoda, Yoda, Yoda. Oh my god, Yoda is back. Force Ghosts can do that? What?
The greatest teacher failure is.
The greatest teacher failure is... What a quote! That is beautiful, by the way. Wow. They have so clearly been building up to Rey and Finn being like, oh, where have Rey and Kylo come from? Where's this come from? This is cool, man. The way he's using the Force on her. Man. This is why you don't need lightsaber. He's literally just forcing her around. This is my point. Finally a film that understands. I love how they do this because it shows how the Force can read one's mind. Like, it has vague concepts of what they're thinking. And he does it to trick him. I love that. I love that. Oh my god. Just broke the remote in excitement. Don't even get me started on this fight scene. Like, these royal guards have been around since the 3rd film, and we finally get to see them in action. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my word. Wow. Just wow. He's gonna take on the entire First Order with a laser sword, and he's gonna win. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my god, words. Please. More! I remember watching this in cinemas. I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, surely he's dead. Go on, do the thing. I love this man. And I will not be the Last Jedi. Go on, Rey! There's something so beautifully poetic about Luke dying on a planet with 2 suns, watching the sunset like that, like... I feel like my day's probably peaked there. It's past 2 a.m, so I'm going to be up until at least 4, but it's time for... The Rise of Skywalker. I don't hate The Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi is my favourite from that trilogy. Oh, maybe not. Force Awakens was very good. I'm going to have to think about that. That's a tough one. So I'm not going to lie, I think this film has the perfect opening. You know, like the tone at the start is like, okay, yeah, I'm ready for this. So they've established that Chewbacca has got significantly better at the weird space chess game since the 1st film. Also, I don't get how Leia looks so good in these films when she's been dead for like 4 years by the time this came out. Oh wow, a Knights of Ren! It only took like 3 films for them to actually show up in a non-flashback scene. Oh my god. Rey just used Force Lightning. And Chewbacca just died. Or did he? It was a Disney sequel, fake out death! Like, this is an actual Disney sequel, and that was an actual fake out death. Does this count? I think it counts. Just stop teasing the Force user Finn storyline and give it to us, please!
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends.
I mean, you've known them for like, what? A couple years, depending on how long this trilogy's lasted. We don't really say they're your friends, as in like your friends. You spent more time on Tatooine with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, and you didn't even remember them when you went back. I like the fact they have fights through Force visions, you know? It gives a layer of intrigue to it, where we're like delving into aspects of the story through the fights, rather than just everything being like, fight because they hate each other and one of them needs to die. Didn't last very long as a spy, did he? Yeah, well, I felt nothing with that. Next. So you're telling me the shape of the blade tells you where to go? Okay, so I know the only general plan for the sequel trilogy going in was that they had to kill off one of the main characters in each of the films, and that was literally all they planned, so Leia had to die, but why? Seeing Chewbacca have to watch all of his friends die? You're cruel, aren't you? You really are cruel, and now you're bringing Han back from the dead as a Force ghost. Doesn't even make sense. Finn be like, Rey! And that's his entire part. They just destroyed another planet? And what we've actually been to this? They're like, how many times are you going to have to do this to prove your point? We get it. You can destroy planets. Stop, though. Like, you're going to have none left. Getting to see Leia's training as a Jedi. That's the follow-on from the original trilogy we wanted. I was always a bit put off that no one showed up to help them in The Last Jedi, and then suddenly loads of people show up in The Rise of Skywalker. But I like the way it's done in the sense, like, they were given no hope. This is now or never in The Last Jedi. And now it's like, we're going to win. And that's why they come, because they know there's a chance. You lose when you think there's no hope. That's a good message for the film. I want a full film about the Sith, you know? Like, it's just so interesting. Like, the Sith that were around before the Jedi. That would be a good story. I don't even know what's going on at this point. And there you have it. They get their endgame portals scene. Go on, well done, Lando. Babu Frick! Oh, everyone's come back. You know, I'm here for this. I'm here for this. Oh, Ahsoka! I heard Ahsoka! So, did she just, like, destroy the Sith for good then? And they do the most unasked for and unwanted kiss in movies. I don't even want to look. Just why? Like, this is doesn't make sense with either of your characters. Anyway, time for you to die, Ben. Yay, everyone's celebrating because they won. Poor Palpatine, though. That guy really tried. And he won for quite a while, to be fair. I forgot about that, too. They finally gave Chewie his medal. They're really trying to wrap things up in this final scene, aren't they? You know, this final scene is very cringy, but it's also kind of cute. So, yeah, I'll let him have it. I'll let him have it. Race Skywalker. And that's a Star Wars. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. It's been a pretty long one, so I appreciate you a lot. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. I'm very tired and need to go to the toilet, so make sure to subscribe and check out another video. I've done this for Harry Potter and Marvel in the past. And let me know if you want to see another one. I don't know what other franchise I could do with Lord of the Rings, man. I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan. I like it, but like, don't know. Let me know. And check out my Patreon here and in the description down below. Seriously, I need to go to the toilet, so bye.